Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? It's Nicholas Brown, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to the swamp. But before I get into everything what I'm going to get into with today's topic, I'd like to thank everybody for coming in and everything. Right now, the show is brought to you by Pipnpens Media. You can check out everything what they're doing at www.blogtalkradio.com/Pipnpens Media. That's for the archives. If you want to check out past shows and other topics that we touch on, you can see everything what they're doing on Facebook as well. You can go to facebook.com/Pipnpens Media. You can also check out their website at pipnpensmedia.wordpress.com. And for everything that I'm doing, you can check me out. If you want to check me out on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Dragonflies in the Swamp. If you want to see anything else that I'm doing, you can check out my website. It's www.pipnpens.com. That's P-I-P as in Gladys Knight and the Pips, N as in Nancy, Pens, P-E-N-S as in I have two pens, Pipnpens.com. You can also get my book, Dragonflies in the Swamp, and you can see past episodes of discussions and vlogs where I touch on other topics that you can check into and learn a thing or two, all right? Right. Now, with that being said, let's get into the topic. And I know some of y'all seen it. And that's exactly what I'm going to touch on. Letting you know the difference between being in love and just plain being a damn fool. All right? There is a difference in being in love and just being a damn fool. And I'm pretty sure that you guys have come across friends that they're with somebody and you know that they're with the wrong person. I mean, the person has all their stuff together, sharp as they want to be. But the person who they're dating or who they're married to, you're like, where'd you find this person, you know? I know some women, some sisters especially, they have homegirls, they have their master's degree and everything, but they look at the guy they're with, and this dude, 10-time felon, you know, pretty much like he combination of T.I. and Beanie Siegel, but without the fame and success. You see what I'm saying? Or, you know, there's a few guys who I know, right? Like one guy that I mentioned in my book, Dragonflies in the Swamp, and one of the anecdotal prose poems. In one of the anecdotes, a guy who I know, he has a degree in engineering, pretty much. Sharp guy. He does stuff for companies where if they have to upgrade their whole security system on a ship, they don't call no basic IT guy. You know, they don't call that. They call him in, a specialist that goes in, he upgrades everything on their ship, or if he has to set up a security system for a company or a rich person, in fact, then he sets everything up. You know, he really knows what he's doing in computer engineering. He designs. He don't just buy stuff and put it together. No, sometimes he'll sit down and even come up with programs to make their systems and everything flow smoothly. You know, he's one of those kind of dudes. The guy makes all kinds of money. But the woman that he was married to for like 5 years, they divorced. She pretty much got everything from him or whatever, you know, just that sad sob story. Straight up and down, a hood rat with a great body, I admit, you know. Like, she cute face, slim waist, and everything in between. But the thing is, bad attitude and just hood rat as hell. And everybody was like, this is who you decide to lay down with? And everybody gave him forewarning. I mean, I ain't really say nothing. Cause I'm like, hey man, that man's gonna do what he do, regardless of what we say. You know? I was like, hey man, if this is what you want to do, be sure to think twice about it now. You know doggone well I don't. If I'm happy for you, I just say that I'm happy and I'm there to support you. But with this here, maybe you should think twice. That's all I'm saying. And I left it at that. I ain't want to sit down in the lecture room or yell at him or anything like that. That ain't gonna help nobody. And the guy, man, let me just give you a little insight of what I touched on in the book, the anecdote. He was going away for a few months or whatever to do this job. Good paying job, great gig that he got assigned to do. And he had a going away party or whatever. This is like his first like major big gig, so he was really feeling himself. And you know, we were all having a good time, eating and we were having drinks and relaxing, posting up, just really just hanging out, shindigging in a way, And she showed up with the kid. And it was crazy, right? She called him downstairs, right, on his cell phone. He came downstairs. She was driving a Benz that was kind of new at the time. It was like a 2008, 2009 Benz, and we all went. Well, it was me, him, and another homeboy of ours. Me and the other homeboy, we were going on a beer and snack run, while he was going down there to talk to her about something. Okay, he goes to talk to her. We leave, right? When we came back, he filled us in on what happened, because he was just standing there distraught. Like when we pulled up, she was just leaving, and she peeled out, really, just hit the gas and peeled out. So we were like, whoa, what's going on, right? And we go to talk to him. He filling us in. He was like, I can't believe this and can't believe that. And the man looked like he wanted to cry afterwards, And it was like, man, what's going on? And I was like, going back and forth. He was like, yo, I'm talking to her, telling her that you should have been here to pick up our kids' stuff, and you need to respect me a little more, because you're staying in the house that I paid for and that he can't show up to anymore, and things of that nature, right? And then he was like, yeah, and then she told me about her car, that when you guys pulled up, she was telling me about her car, and that's when she left. And I was like, yeah, who Benz is that? Is that her mama car, or was she leasing that? She renting that? What? He was like, yeah, that's her car. Her car. And I was like, what happened? What happened when you asked her about it? She was like, I asked her, so where'd you get the money to pay for this car? How is this your car? Just that? She was like, he asked her, like, when did you get the car? She's like, I got it 6 months ago. Like, how you pay for it? You're not really working like that. With your money, nigga. And then she pulled off. I mean, for 2 seconds I was like, I tried to hold in the laugh or whatever, but it was just so out the blue that I was like, oh, hell no. No, she didn't. I know she didn't. So yeah, after he said that to us, let us know what was going on, we just went upstairs, and he kind of had his head down, and I was talking to him like, hey man, everything will be alright, just stay up, bro, just stay up, you'll be good, And, we was trying to make him laugh the whole night, clowning with him, but you could still tell he was kind of hurt about that, She came in, she kind of ruined the mood with her punk ass. But it's all good, But like I was saying, that was one of those stories where being a damn fool, Because I'm not too sure if she was doing anything like cheating on him or whatever, but she pretty much had an attitude, like, trying to run the whole situation or whatever, just negative or whatever. Talk to him any old kind of way. From time to time, she'll put him down in public, And I'm sitting there like, come on, really? So a lot of time, we all gave him fair warning. But he used to be like, well, she's there for me, she listens to me, and I guess she had a good point. Like she cooked and cleaned, and whenever And I guess, when it came down to the physical stuff or whatever, she probably was good at what she does, at least for him, at least. Because there's some women, hell, they just lay there because the guy enjoys being in control while having sex or whatever. They figure, hell, they're great at sex. Nah, that's just what he wants. That's just what he wants. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at sex. Straight up. Now, with that being said, she had her good enough points to where he was like, all right, she was a hood dime. I do admit, this female, boy, she had a body. Man, she was what they call slim thick. Like she was slim at the top, pretty much a pear shape or whatever, slim at the top, but very round down below. And her breasts were like, they were like large orange size or whatever, So they sit up real nice on her slim frame. You see what I'm saying? Like from the look at it, her breast was probably like maybe 38C or something like that. But because she was like 120 pounds, 5'7", 120 pounds, slim, because she was slim and her chest, I'm telling you, man, she turned heads, I admit. So I can see why he was smitten. But more than likely, she probably just went with him for the money. Saw opening, was like, okay, this sucker dude, he in love. He in love with me. I'm going to see what I can get from him. And then when she got tired of him, they divorced, and she walked away with the house, 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath house, sitting on an acre or two or something like that. It's just a real nice crib. While he's sitting up there, staying in it was a pretty okay apartment, little 1-bedroom apartment in the Ives Dairy area or whatever, the California Club area, Ives Dairy, which is a cool area now. It's not too bad, but compared to where he was staying, shoot. Might as well have been in an efficiency in Miami Gardens area, Carol City area where I'm at, you know what I mean? Straight up. Anyway, so yeah, man, that was one example of being a damn fool, where the person that's in love, it's something about them on the inside where they feel bad about themselves, where they feel this is what they want or whatever. Or maybe they're because they work so much, they're so lonely that they'll link up with anybody that they feel shows some sort of genuine interest, that tells them what they want to hear. But really, they're just running game in a way, just for their personal security. Have something lined up for them in the future. And it don't work that way if you got sense, Like the person, they're so in love, they're doing all this just to keep a person. They want to keep that person happy. You know what I mean? And the person that's doing them all kinds of wrong. It's just in it for them. They just want to have a place to stay. They just want to have, suck money out of this person. They just want to get this and that from a person. And if you can't do it for them, then they'll look towards somebody else. Or they might keep you around if you have potential. That way when you come up or whatever, all of a sudden, it's us all of a sudden, They're just waiting for you to blow up. You know what I'm saying? That you're their lottery ticket in a way. Especially when it comes to man-woman dynamic or whatever, when it's a guy, he's getting the stuff together. I'm not saying that women don't fall for this or whatever, they're getting their degrees in nursing or something like that. They're becoming an RN, and they got some lazy bum dude, in and out of jail, can't hold a job, always snapping on people, pretty much just doing all kinds of wrong, probably sleeping with her friends, or trying to holler at her friends or her cousins or her so-called friends, and, just laying up with other females. Probably even got different kids from different females as well, and they want to lay up with this dude because deep down they have some level of low self-esteem about them, They have to realize that, look, man, I'm not saying that your career or your degree should define who you are, but if you're willing to get better, you want better out of life, then you have to want better all around. You got to have better company around you. You got to have better insight around you. You know, people that's on the move as well. You need them to be your company. You know, a woman, male or female, whatever sex you are or what have you, you need a better spouse around you. Shoot, if you're polygamous, polyamorous, but if you're into that or whatever, then you gotta have a lineup of people that's around you that's supportive, that can play their role and understand what it is they need from you. You know, they're not gonna talk down on you. They're not gonna try to sneak or scheme their way out. You know, because the people that are deceitful in this world, that want to do more harm than good, they themselves, this is my opinion. I feel people who want to scheme and do wrong and stuff like that, causing people to be a damn fool when they shouldn't be. I get the feeling these individuals, they themselves don't know how to operate in this world. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, the in and out of jail type individual. You know, he hasn't found his way, so he runs to criminality because females will mess with him because this is how he is. You know what I mean? Almost like a status symbol. You know, oh, I had a baby from John John. You know, oh, I got a baby from John John too. Well, F you then, F you, bitch. I don't care. You know, I got my baby first, and he loved me. He always with me, and it's like they need some kind of drama or something to be in, you know? And they don't, man, come on now. That's silly. But bottom line, there's something wrong with John John, the way he's like, man, I guess he hasn't figured out how he can make it in this world, or just something he feels low about, so he acts out in a way, you know? And because the person that's grinding, doing what they got to do, they feel low in a way themselves. They don't have that confidence about themselves. They don't see themselves as a boss. They don't see themselves as something special or whatever. Even though they have all these accomplishments, deep down inside, they still insecure about something. So then they come across another insecure person who's pretty much just playing them or whatever, you know, just playing a role so they can come up, if you will, get up out of their situation. Like, okay, I'm gonna find this sucker dude or this sucker female, put it on them in the sex game or whatever, or run some kind of game on them, like, yeah, baby, I love you, I care about you, you know, I need you around, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever it is they saying. And then the person that's lowly, they sitting there like, dang, he has my back or she has my back, and everything seems all right, you know. But then when the stuff hits the fan, then what? Then what? That's being a damn fool. Alright? That's being a damn fool. Everything what I just explained, and I'm pretty sure you guys have a friend that's in that situation. The only thing you can do with somebody that's being a damn fool is just show them their faults. Show them their faults, what's going on, where they messed up at or where they're messing up at. And introduce them to new people. Let them know that you don't have to be this way, you know? Have them take advice from somebody who has their emotions and their game in check. You know, bring them to other people that can help them out. You see what I'm saying? Who can help them see their inner empress. They can see their inner king, their inner god, their inner goddess, you know? School them on it. Bring them along. Especially if they need guidance, if they want guidance. You know, while they're making a mistake and feel they need it and they're sick of it, they want to make a change, and you can help them before the grand finale or the crap hits the fan, alright, cool. Or if they messed up and everything went down, like how my homeboy had to go through a divorce, and then, you know, he has to pay not only child support but alimony and all that. Alright, cool. He learned his lesson. Let's show him a better way, right? Let's school him on that. And the minute they're willing to accept that they want a better life, and they're showing signs that they're going out and they're mingling and they're flirting, and yeah, all right, guide them. Be like, hey man, check out this sister who's doing this, who's doing that. You know, like, because the situation that I was in or whatever, that I'm pulling away from or what have you, bit of a situation that I was in, I pulled away from, right? My thing was, okay, every time I go out to like a literary event or a poetry spot, whenever I can go out, or promotion, I just talk to different people. Just see what it is they're doing, what they're into, get a vibe from them. If they're cool, then, you know, I'll get cool with them on Facebook, or maybe even get their number if it's business, mostly business, you know. If something comes from it, all right, so be it. You know, but bottom line, at least I know I'm around a like-minded individual that can help me get my grind on, or I can help them get their grind on. You see what I'm saying? Even if nothing romantic comes from that, at least I'll have that. At least I'll have that in my back pocket, where I'm like, all right, cool. Now I'm building a support system in a way. You know what I'm saying? People with like minds that are on that path to positivity, to greatness and glory. You see what I'm saying? You become that part of society that's the upper crust because your mind is right. You know, your mind and your spirit is intact. You know, and that's what's important. So you got to help that person steer clear of everything, and just, you know, give them some books, show them some documentaries, bring them to different events and social spots. But they have to be willing to make that change. That's the number one thing that you have to see. Like, you could tell they're like, I'm sick of this, I really want to make a change, and they themselves, they're calling you up like, hey man, let's go out to such and such. Or if they're religious, hey man, come follow me to church, or can I go with your grandma and them to church? And not only do they go once, but they go twice, and then all of a sudden they get inside the youth group and they teach in the youth group or whatever, you know, and they're doing other things in the community to help out, to keep the minds off that, you know what I mean, to stay on the positive road, along with handling their business in their career or going to school for something. And they adding on to their soul's progression by doing more reading and doing more research on the past or whatever. So and you know, just learning about their history so they can have a sense of strength. You know, a sense of strength, so they can have guys like, okay, my ancestors, they've been through something rough, but I can bounce back from this. They went through that, came through, I can bounce back, I can do something, you know? Give them that inner strength somehow, you know, just really help them out. You feel me? So yeah, once they figure out when they're being a damn fool, help them the best they can, all right? Help them the best they can, because everybody deserves somebody. You just got to make sure that the somebody that they're with is somebody that they need to be around. And if they can't understand that, then just leave them alone until they make their mistake again. You know? I mean, I hate to say it, but just leave them alone until they make their mistake. All right, for those who want to chime in, because pretty soon I'm going to go on a break, you can chime in at, the number is 347-989-8183. That's 347-989-8183. Call in, tell me give me your 2 cents. All you got to do is call in, press 1, and we good to go. All right? Because when I come back from break, I'm going to just touch on what it means to be in love. What it truly means to be in love, you know? Because I know there's something that's subjective in a way, you know, it's abstract, you know, it's just a feeling, so they say. But there's certain signs that always get seen or whatever, certain indicators that show when somebody really is in love, you know? And when somebody is in love, when they're being a damn fool, going through hell with somebody when they don't have to go through all that hell, you know, there's certain parts in love, when somebody is in love, This is one special. It was on National Geographic, one of them learning channels, and they did a special on what happens to the human body when a person's in love. You know, their heart rate raises and stuff like that. You know, the hair on the back of their neck stands up. You know, their pupils dilate because they want to see this, you know, the beauty, soak in their person's beauty, how they smell, how they walk, how they talk, all of a sudden gets etched into that person's memory. But one of the main things that happens when somebody is in love, there's parts in the brain that shut down. Stuff that you wouldn't let your cousin, your homeboy, your homegirl slide with, stuff that you wouldn't let, like if you're not attracted to somebody, right, and say that you don't like being cut off in a conversation, and you're not attracted to that person, and they keep cutting you off, you're going to be quick to be like, hey man, if you keep cutting me off, we can start this conversation straight, or you'll check them. But some people, when they get in love, they get so far in love where, well, bottom line, when people get in love, certain things that you wouldn't let slide, you let slide because you want to make the relationship work with that individual. You know, your brain shuts down and you're more accepting, you're more willing, you're more open to accept stuff. And if the person is in love with you as you are with them, is things that you do that normally piss them off, but they'll let it slide. You know, because it's you. But bottom line, when people are being a damn fool for somebody, you know, being a fool for love or a sucker for love, as most of us would put it. I also put this in my book in the chapter Female Loves and Lust when I'm breaking down when somebody's a sucker for love, you know. Yeah, but point blank, them being so far in love, certain things that they would never, like a year ahead of, before they met the person that they fell in love with, they'll be like, like if it's a female, they'll be like, if he got kids, I ain't gonna mess with him, hell no, what I look like, next thing you know, or I will not mess with somebody who has kids, no, I'm cool. But then next thing you know, they fall in love with the wrong person, so deep in love that little stuff that they would not accept from anybody, they letting this person do everything. Run all over them, talk to them any old kind of way. Shoot, even to the point where they're getting slapped up and beat. You know, and that goes for both men and women. You got some women, they come in and they will sock they dude in the eye, abusing the hell out of they dude, and he quiet about it. You know what I mean? Like a bitch. Now, let me quit running my... You know what? I wish a female would. I was going to say, you know what, let me quit running my mouth, and it could happen to me. And it probably could, but I wish a female would. I ain't saying I'm going to sit up there and try to box a female up and I got it in mind to try to hurt nobody, because me, myself, I ain't no woman beater. Shoot, the minute I hear a female getting to running her mouth and yelling at me, I just get up and leave. Shoot, that pisses off a female more when you just up and leave because you ain't trying to hear they bullshit, you know? But bottom line, you know, I ain't no woman beater. Well, anyway, you get to that point where the spouse is, you know, beating on them, talking to them in their own kind of way, verbal abuse, mental abuse, and all that, physical abuse, cheating on them, you know, stealing from them. Yeah, being a damn fool. All right, we're going to go on a commercial break. You know, for those who want to chime in, please call. The number's 347-989-8183. Call in, give me your 2 cents. Tell me what you think. Being in love versus being a damn fool.
Peace. This is City Hampton of the HSDO Lore Mission. Utilize the ancient universal powers of nature. For ages, gemstones have been an integral part of holistic healing. With their unique molecular structures, they possess the ability to emit healing energies that tune the mind, body, and spirit. Gemstone therapy is a subtle and effective way to help introduce new and positive energies into your life. Gemini Creations gemstone consultations are a unique and an effective way to calculate the best gemstones for you based on your personal life experiences and astrological information. These consultations help to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of the gemstones that work best for your energy. With your gemstone consultation, you will receive a gemstone consultation report comprising of a list of recommended gemstones, as well as a complimentary free natal chart. Gemini Creations also provides custom created amulets, gemstone elixirs, gemstone jewelry, and a variety of gemstone formations. To learn more about Gemini Creations, visit us on www.geminicreations.newshop.com. Spelled GEMINEYE creations.NUWSHOP.com. And like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Gemini Creations. Peace and blessings.
Her divinity causes me to seek divine energy. While planking in her bosom, I lay in a place where peace abounds abundantly. Her still waters reflect reflections of diamond-studded destinies. Her DNA is coded on all that we survey. She's the original copyright and patent holder of every invention, from the black man to the earth to the universe, even to this dimension. I ride with her in ascension just to get a better view of the heaven in her eyes, all the while listening to the wind sing songs of circumferency in her honor, for she is the embodiment of the elements: earth, wind, water, fire, lust, love, poetry, and desire. She carries the scent of future reality from a past prophecy. Her body reminds me of a place called heaven, and I pray that one day I will enter into her pearly gates with thanksgiving, honor, and praise to the architect of the universe, a walking out in the flesh. Let me rest my head on your breast, tell you the secrets of my heart. No, they will be safe in the locker room of your soul. Take hold to each and every one of my thoughts. Let's encounter past lives and place them as one masterpiece. You are the inspiration behind every sacred scripture, every poem written on the canvas of heaven. Tell Calypso to take note. Send word to me. Tell her to keep her day job, 'cause your beauty is only outshined by rose quartz of eyes. Let's give the stars a show. Let the light of the moon applaud your presence, 'cause I smell when you walk the earthquake seems to cry. But the only thing that matters tonight is you, your goddess.
Hearing good morning scream at the top of his lungs. When a breath escapes her melodic lips, a man can only wonder, how can he be permanently imprisoned in her thunder that rumbles through the structure of her thighs, that bleed liquid of fire that swims through her chest? Oh my, your heartbeat is the sound of true love's black radio. Play me that everlasting goodness. Sing me that falsetto with the cute blink of your eye. I would take a slight commercial break from your elegance, but your impact is too worthy of everyone's attention. Sunny days fill pillow white clouds, expose the meaning of your culture. The blue in the sky is the favorite attraction that makes night want to trade places with day. And the sun is cosmic chemistry that tells your true story of your goddess. Overwhelmingly lovely and love I will to be.
poet. That piece was called Goddessry. Is by Israel the Poet, featuring Navi and Sir Abstracts. All right, Navi and Sir Abstracts. You more than likely could check out everything what they have going on through AnnaEngicMedia wordpress.com. So go ahead, check that out. I'm gonna post this on YouTube, so be sure to check that out or what have you. So you'll be able to figure everything out if you wish to have that on your iPod or your iPhone or your cell or what have you. You know. Well, back to what I was talking about. Now that the beginning part, I broke down what it means to be a damn fool and why some people become a damn fool. Once they get in love, certain parts of the brain start to shut down. Along with that, whenever it's love, right? Whenever it's love, this is what's going on. This is what happens when you're in love, all right? Once you're in love, both people, on the physiology of a human being, biologically, both people, their brain, heart races and everything, or whatever, certain parts of the brain shut down that allow for you to be like, you know what, I want to make this work with this person, I don't want to be difficult with this person. I want to make everything flow smooth with this person. So both people sitting there getting to know one another, and not only get to know one another, remembering birthdays and how, what it is that they like and what's important to them and how they feel about certain things and what's key to them. They're both working on making each other better. They were working on making each other better, and not even on a financial standpoint. Like not even on a financial, but they both helping each other out in a way, like, hey, I see that you need help with this, baby, so I went and got you new tires for your car, so you can get to work. All right, thanks, boo, thanks. Him, if he's in love and everything's going together, everything's fine or whatever, they're making it work, he'll be like, dang, it's been a while since we've been out, throw on your best dress. In fact, I bought you that dress. You've been eyeing some shoes, and then we're finna go out. We're gonna go out to that poetry club that you always wanted to check out. Get you that fine bottle of Merlot that you wanted to get your sip on from. And we all go out and have a good time. That's all me. See what I'm saying? It's an ebb and flow. It's a back and forth. It's not one person taking. Another thing, the indicator of when somebody's in love, when two people are in love and it's working, and everything is right, they're willing to sit down and listen to you. They're willing to give cooperation. They're willing to step outside themselves in order to make things work. It's not all about them. They understand that it's one and two people giving 100% of one another. It's two worlds coming together. It's 100% meeting another 100% in order to create one union. I understand they say it's 50-50, but no, each person is giving 100%. It's an equation. It's 200%, really. And if you can't understand that equation, then you don't need to be doing any kind of math when it comes to love and relationships. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, understanding one another, getting to know one another, falling back and be like, all right, I said this and I did this, and that's what pissed them off. Let me give it a little time, come back, apologize, and then work on it to keep things going and try not to do it again. That's how it's supposed to go. That's one part of being in love, the understanding and cooperation and willing to make up for what it is you slipped up on. And it ain't just them, one person, one-sided argument, them taking and taking and taking. They keep in mind that they have a partner. You know, they're not just gonna leave the house and be like, I'm going to the store, or just leave without announcing anything or whatever. They really go out of their way and be like, hey baby, I'm going to the store, and or hey, I'm gonna go this way with my boys or whatever, and she's giving them his space. The same with the female, like, hey, I'm gonna go to the movies with my homegirls. All right, cool, you give her space. Or I'm gonna go to my pottery class and hang out. All right, cool, give her space. You know, and the same with the guy, like, hey babe, I'm gonna go play pool. All right, go ahead. You know, or sometimes they all go together. You know, the couple go together from time to time. You know what I mean? But bottom line, giving each other their space and understanding. You know, cooperation is more than just sexual. What happens sexually? It's the cooperation. In my opinion, I feel sex, the physical expression of what it is you're feeling or whatever, it's only a small percentage, you know, like 10 to 20% of a relationship, the physical, you know. Everything else, if everything else is not in place, then the person is not going to want to stick around. Straight up. If you're not trying to add to that person's soul's progression, like, you know, they meet up with somebody like, hey, I saw this documentary that would enlighten you on a few things that I came across. Would you like to watch it? Please. And that's another thing, how you communicate, you know? You can't be commanding and demanding like, oh, you better watch this, or you gonna watch this, or you have to watch this. Like, no, you don't have to demand it or force it upon somebody or whatever, you know? But suggesting it to them. You know, I was looking at this one video about this lady, Auntie Red Velvet. She dropped some serious game on there, man. I had to look at it before doing the segment. And she was saying how a woman's silence is more powerful than her just yelling all the time. Like, if a guy messed up and he know he messed up, and you know what, when a guy messes up, in the back of our mind, we like, dang, I done slipped up. Well, a guy that's worth something, that's a good dude. He in the back of his mind, he's like, damn, I done slipped up. I gotta try to apologize. And he's trying to figure out a way to make things smooth. All she got to do is stay quiet and give, like, you know, turn up her nose a little bit to let him know, like, hey man, you slipping, bruh. You got to tighten that up, man. You better apologize, get some roses, do something, you know. And with a female, if a guy he's angry or whatever, that, you know, she slipped up and she knows she in the wrong, well, yeah, you gotta try to smooth him out or whatever, you know, butter him up a little bit, you know, talk to him when he's calmed down, give him a little time, and then talk to him, and, you know, cook his favorite meal or something like that, or make some cookies or something, you know, and then y'all talk about it, smooth it all out. Bottom line, it's an ebb and flow. When two people are really in love and they want to make it work, they listen to one another and make it work for the better. You know, it's a give and take thing. Two people giving 100% of their time and their energy. You see what I'm saying? Not one person taking all the time. You know, they understand what it is that what's going on with each other. You know, they're willing to plan and get better as time goes on. That's what being in love is. You're showing the other person their flaws while you're showing them their flaws while they're showing you your flaws, and y'all both helping each other get better as people. That way, in case a child does come into play, being that you guys have worked to a certain point, or you're still working to a certain point, that you're both becoming better because of the other individual, and y'all feeding off that energy. When y'all do have a kid, boom, you can teach the kid properly because you guys are now better as people. See what I'm saying? You're a better person raising a child to be a good individual in society. See what I'm saying? It's a trickle-down effect. You know, if it's a one-sided argument where it's all about one person, and that's how they vibing or whatever, like it's all about me, it's my child. It's you guys' kids. It's our kid. If it's my child, my this, my that it ain't gonna even out. It ain't gonna work if it's all about if the one person feels it's all about them, you know. Because then whenever they feel like it, they can talk down about the person that's really in love with them. You know, talk about them any old kind of way, and the kid sits there and picks this up. You know, the kid then is raised in dysfunction. Now, if the child doesn't have a strong mind or whatever, or doesn't see themselves trying to grow past anything, grow into something positive, then they're going to take that negativity and run with it through their life. Next thing you know, they're in and out of relationships, or they become a sucker for love, where they're more in love with the person with somebody than the other person is with them, and the other person sees this and uses this to manipulate them. Me, myself, I have never did this. The minute I see that a female is catching certain feelings or whatever early, and I let them know, like, hey, you know, this ain't what you want, this, that, and the third, and I break free. Or some of them that respected me, if I started catching a little feeling, they'll let me know, hey, nah, don't go this route, this, that, and the third, I apologize. Boom. Respectable. Leave it at that, or keep it at a friendly level. All right, shake hands. I'll just keep you as a friend on Facebook, and that's it. We ain't got to go out. If I see you on the street, it's still pleasant because it's all good. Or if I can help them out somehow, like, you know, I got a homegirl right now. She needed help with some homework or whatever. You know, we really didn't see no relationship and none of that, you know. But because we were still cool and cordial, she needed help with her homework. I looked over it or whatever. Boom, gave it back to her after editing it. And all right, here you go, dog. You know, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Because she looked out for me, and we still, you know, she looked out for me in the past. And ain't no relationship there. It's just two people that respect one another. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no, you know, me trying to manipulate her or anything like that. Because anybody who has somebody that's in love with them around and they want to manipulate them and use them or whatever, that's a weak person's mind frame. That means inside of them, they're so insecure that they have to berate and beat down somebody or treat somebody wrong in order for them to feel good. That's some sad stuff. That means they themselves have to check themselves, as I said before. You know? But point blank period, with everything flowing right, the smooth ebb and flow, you know, there's nobody manipulating the other person. You genuinely want to help the other person out while they genuinely want to help you out. Everything's all right. You see what I'm saying? Because when you have a healthy environment, when you're raising a child or whatever, and love is a loving, caring environment, a child sees this. You got to keep in mind, they're little human beings. Like how you used to catch on to things quick when you were small. Trust me, the kids picking up quick. They're putting two and two together. Remember, human beings, we have brains. And anybody with a brain is going to develop and get better with time. It's going to record things. It's going to pick up on little nuances that one person is doing, one parent is doing from another parent, you know? And if the kid feels any kind of way about themselves positively, they're going to grow with the positive aspects, look at the negative aspects, and try to stay away from the more negative parent. You see what I'm saying? Like how you have some dudes, they there for the kid, but the baby mama, she's hell on wheels, you know? And the kid grows up, like, at first they might be like, okay, I'm with my mommy a lot, or we're hanging out with mommy and everything's good. But then when the kid hits like middle school, high school, the boy or girl really starts to see, dang, daddy got my back. Daddy does this, daddy does that. Mommy, she tripping, she flying on the handle, she wilding out. I'm not trying to be like that. She's gonna more, the boy or girl is gonna more, the kid's more gonna want to roll with daddy, with pops. And because the female, it could be male or female, think it's all about them, all of a sudden they want to sit there and raise hell, like, oh, I'm gonna put you on child support. Oh, you got a new wife, I'm gonna give y'all hell. I'm gonna call at 2 a.m. to complain about something that's not really a big problem, but she just wanna raise hell and cause all kinds of trouble. You know, I'm just speaking hypothetically on that situation there, but bottom line, you know, when somebody thinks it's all about them, they raising all kinds of hell, and the kid sees this and be like, no, I do not want to be miserable and alone, so I'm going to more hang out with Pops, see what he got to say, or I'm going to more hang out with Mom, the more mother, father, the more positive parental figure, and see how to be a better person through them. Next thing you know, the kid grows up to become a doctor, lawyer, superstar, business owner, entrepreneur, balling, bossing, a boss on their own or whatever. They'll speak to the more negative parent. They'll speak to them. They'll get them something for their birthday, say hi, hang out from time to time because it's family. But in the long run, they're not going to fully respect that parent. They're not going to want to fully learn from that parent. If anything, they'll be like, they're not going to badmouth them. But then again, depending upon the situation, that kid might badmouth their own parent. It all depends on how bad of a parent they were. So yeah, man. Being in love versus being a damn fool. And when somebody who's being a damn fool, that's the sort of situation that you could look to expect. Like, yeah, while the person was a damn fool and trying to make things work with the wrong person, yeah, they're getting everything that they want, more than likely. Bills paid, buy me this, buy me that, and if it's a guy or whatever, you're a sucker for love, yeah, he buying everything good. Female, she getting what she wants, she'll mess around, divorce, and put him on child support, whatever. He still handling business, alright, cool. But in the long run, and this is the payback, this is the karma, in the long run, if the kid has any sense, they'll put two and two together and more roll with the positive figure. And that is what's going to hurt the person in the long run. And guess what? The good person, the sucker for love, or whatever, they're going to be like, they're going to continue being a good person. And the child will always speak highly of them. They're going to always want to be around the more positive figure. And might even and even if the kid's not trying to, it'll sort of, in a roundabout way, rub in the face of the bad parent all the love that they could be getting. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all the secrets that the good parent hears from the kid, or the invitations to certain events of the kid, the good parent hears about it first, while the bad parent, the one that's all about them, they got to hear secondhand or hear about it months later, because the kid's really not trying to hear from them. You see what I'm saying? Now, when somebody's in love, when both couples are in love and everything's okay, there's cooperation, the kid tells both parents. They have dinners together, you know what I'm saying? Get-togethers, or they can sit down in the kitchen all together and they can all just talk like decent human beings. You see what I'm saying? That's what being in love is about, Because at the end of the day, we all want somebody to be with. We all want somebody to be with, man. Who wants to be alone in this crazy world, Even the coldest of my homies. They'd be like, oh, man, F these hoes. I just want to run through as many of them as possible. I'm just trying to smash, that kind of craziness or whatever, They just want to have their fun. They would just want to, have their sliders or whatever. They want to do what they do behind closed doors, in between the sheets or what have you. But even those guys, in the end, what happened when they get like late 20s, 30s, or even 40s or whatever? All of a sudden, your wild homeboy that was the player of the bunch, or players of the bunch, all of a sudden, yeah, dog, I'm gonna hang it up, man. She a good girl, Next thing you know, you out there wedding cheesing. Cheesing. You like, man, hold on, you getting married, dog? I thought you said you wouldn't. Hey, man, you gotta give it up, dog, Because after a while, you get tired of it, You get tired of all that running around, ripping and running, So, yeah, man, you just gotta make it work. And when people are in love, it's nothing but happiness, Because with all this cooperation and understanding and one person showing you how to be a better person and you showing them how to be a better person, with all this love, cooperation, and understanding going on, it makes it a wonderful experience. Why you think when some couples, grandma and grandpapa, You know, granddaddy died. Next thing you know, grandma died. When grandma died, granddaddy died. You know, that's because of that connection that they had. That them helping one another. You know, your road dog, your closest homie, your bestest best friend is out. You know, and that's a deep connection, and that's something that people just don't understand. They holler that's what they want. They pray that's what they want, but they aren't right inside in order to receive that. You see what I'm saying? So how can you want something better when you more act in the damn pool in order for somebody to be a damn pool over you, and you're not looking to try to make it a loving, caring situation? You know? Alright, we're finna get up out of here in a little bit. If you want to check this and other shows of Welcome to the Swamp, you can go to blogtalkradio.com/Adaenzic Be sure to check us out at Enzic Media at facebook.com/Adaenzic and you can also check out everything what we're doing, newsletters and helpful hints on better life. You can go to adaenzicmedia.wordpress.com. And for what it is I'm doing for past shows and vlogs and deep information for like this segment right here, you can go to www.pipnpens.com. www.pipnpens.com. All right, as P as in Peter, I as in intelligent, P as in Peter, N as in Nancy, P as in Peter, E as in electric, N as in Nancy, S as in Sam. Pipnpens.com, where you can also check out my book, Dragonflies in the Swamp, which is a combination of short stories and what I've developed called anecdotal prose poems, which are like essays, poetic essays, with miniature stories in between that really highlight what it is that I'm saying within that prose. All right? So, yeah, you can check out the book, Dragonflies in the Swamp. Go ahead and get that. And please sign up to our newsletter, for Pipnpens newsletter, where not only am I giving helpful hints and information, like stuff like the other day I came across an article where they came up with a special nail polish where if a woman puts her nails inside the drink, it'll change color, but only if that drink has a date rape drug in it. You see what I'm saying? If it has a date rape drug in it, then boom, it'll change colors, and the person will know, alright, I ain't gonna mess with this. Bet. See what I'm saying? So yeah, just cool articles like that. And upon request, if you email back, let you know, we'll give you 2 free ebooks from out of my collection, works that are public domain. The first 2 books that I'm giving away upon request after receiving your newsletter is going to be Moby Dick and How to Market Your Book on Facebook. All right? So, yeah, sign up to the newsletter. Check us out, Pipnpens. And check me out on Facebook, facebook.com, Dragonflies in the Swamp. Thumbs up the page. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nick Brown TV. Pipnpens as well. You can check that out on YouTube, where I'm going to have more poems and short stories and stuff. And, just everything what I'm doing on the literary front in terms of the work itself. All of that's going to be filmed and put up, all right? Yeah. So check us out next week. Just be sure to check me out on Facebook and everything else on what we're going to have on the next show, all right? Peace.